Scott, it's another away frustration of a night for us. 1-0 defeat here at Clarence Park, which I think some controversy has to be mentioned to it, but I'm sure you'll come on to that shortly. But the first half performance wasn't good enough, was it? And we saw a little bit of a difference in the second half, but what are your thoughts on the display?
I thought we were poor all over, to be honest. We can talk about, obviously, the referee. I'm sure that's what you're alluding to. Sam's taken a knock to the head. You can clearly see it's a bang to the head, and the ref went to blow the whistle. He turns around, Sam's not holding his head anymore, so he's decided to play on. But I think that's papering over the cracks, if I'm honest. I'm the first one to probably criticise referees, but we should have been 3-0 down in the first 10-15 minutes if St Albans had taken their chances or got first contacts when crosses were coming in. Obviously missed the penalty as well. I thought all night we just didn't adapt to the conditions. We didn't adapt to their shape. It took us to get in at half time to look a lot more solid in the second half. There's a lot of naivety in amongst our group in terms of what the game is showing and what the game is giving you, and people need to take on board in terms of football intelligence. And it's difficult because you can't be a joystick manager or a joystick assistant manager or a coach on the touchline. They have to take on board information themselves and see what the game is sort of how it's panning out. And I think that was a frustration that we tried to get our messages across. And then second half, I thought the lads looked pretty solid. We offered a little bit more going forward, and we limited them to very little. But then obviously the sucker punch comes in the 92nd minute. I think a point here tonight would have been a really good result. I said in my interview the other day that they were one of the best teams we played this season, and I think they made us look very ordinary for pretty much the whole of the first half. And then second half, I thought it was a bit of a more even ding-dong battle, but I never felt like we were going to score all night. I don't know how many shots we've had, but it feels as though we've wasted an opportunity to get something from the game.
Does it feel a little bit then like maybe like a reverse from Saturday, where we were obviously desperate for a win, and then obviously we come here tonight, St Albans haven't had the best of luck recently. We're desperate for that win, weren't they?
Yeah, I think it's almost like playing a different sport when you come away to a grass pitch with loads of mud on, which is obviously heavy. We're very lucky that we play on a nice 3G pitch that zips around well, and I think we have to almost pick a team that plays away from home and a team that plays at home. So I don't think the lads that can dribble with it tonight dribbled with it once or got past their man once. So we're going to have to look at it. Of course we are. I think missing Slavy up top was a big loss. He let us know yesterday that he was injured, and it's disappointing to lose him. Franny battled up there for next to no effect. I felt for him, to be honest. He ran around and he worked hard, but he sacrificed himself for the team tonight. The service was not very good. Could have been better. And you hope that you get in your car and you drive out of here with a point and say, do you know what, we got away with one. But I thought they were a lot better than us, to be honest. I'll always be as honest as I can, and that's the truth. That's how I saw the game.
I think you might have already answered my question then. I was going to ask you about Francis coming off quite early in the second half. Was that just purely because just no effect? Yeah,
he's basically flogged himself. He's run himself into the ground. Sam's obviously come back from injury. We thought we could get him 25 minutes or so, which he did, and he went and had another battle up with two centre-halves that looked on it. And yeah, it was just freshening it up, to be honest. We thought about going two up top, but when they're dominating the game and dominating the ball in midfield, was it the right thing to do by chucking another one up top and losing a man in midfield? I didn't think it was. And we were almost proved right that we kind of nearly got out of here with a point. We would have taken a point at half time. We would have taken a point in the 91st minute, and then a minute later we're 1-0 down. So really disappointing goal to concede. Obviously no one's got close on the edge of the box. And then it's obviously crept in that bottom corner. So massive sucker punch. We've made it difficult for ourselves. But listen, we need to kick into gear now. I think the results tonight weren't great. And we need to decide what sort of end to the season that we're going to have.
We'll touch on the refereeing decisions now. I suppose some context needs to be added in the fact that we saw Rasulo go off with what clearly was a serious head injury. That took a fair amount of time. We then saw the referee obviously not pay too much attention to Sam Evans, who looked to have gone down with a head injury. But I think then just to compound things, the fact that then the referee stops the game for a non-head injury in our favour, it's not very consistent, is it? I'm not sure, will you be looking to speak to the referee on some clarification at all, or are you not that fast?
I'm bored of it. I'm bored of it, and I think I don't want to sound like a sore loser because they were better than us tonight. But as soon as Sam gets contact and we're shouting it's a head injury, it shouldn't take 5 or 6 seconds to turn around and look. He should know, or the linesman can communicate with him and say that he's gone down with a head injury, and it was. I think it was Dion Woodman. He's kind of thrown his arm at Sam after the ball's gone. And if I'm wrong on the video, I'll apologise, but I've seen it with my own eyes, and I'm pretty sure that there is contact. So I don't want to stand here and say that that's the reason why we've lost the game. It definitely plays a big part in it, but if I'd have got in my car tonight, like I said, and driven home for the next 45 minutes, I would have been really happy with the point because the performance levels weren't great. One thing I will say though is that I thought the lads defended the box pretty well, even though we were under quite a bit of pressure in the first half. But it looked as though, I've said it before, we're trying to knock down a brick wall with a spoon. That's the way that it seemed. I never really thought that we had the cutting edge to open them up. And I think they played the conditions better than we did. I think it's a massive bonus that they know what the pitch is like. They knew it was going to be heavy. We did freshen it up with a few bodies coming in and a few going out. Lewis Mitchell obviously wasn't available to play tonight, being his old club. So I think he was a loss, just having a natural left foot on that side. And one of the things that I did compliment a player in there for was David O'Connor for his work rate tonight. He played as a left wing back at times, but that's not what we want David to be doing. But he sacrificed himself for the team yet again. But yeah, overall, disappointing night. We can play a lot better than we did. If someone said we'd take 3 points off Maidstone, between the Maidstone and St Albans game, probably would have taken it. But I'd have rather taken 3 points off St Albans, so they didn't get 3 points against us. But it is what it is. We have to lick our wounds and get ready for Saturday.
And just quickly before I ask you then, as we turn our heads towards a pretty big game against top of the table now, Worthing, just an injury update on a couple of places. Oddie Alpha obviously wasn't involved this evening. I think he picked up a knock against Dorking. What's the latest on him, and also Guy Hollis as well? Yeah,
so Odie's got like a groin hamstring problem, so he's probably going to be early March. Guy hopefully in the next couple of weeks. Slavy has got swelling on his knee, so hopefully he'll be back by Saturday. He's just waiting for the swelling to go down. It's more of a mobility issue rather than an actual pain issue. He just can't really bend his knee because there's a swelling. Obviously Sam's come back tonight, which is good. And then like myself, I just gave myself a break, to be honest. I decided Jammers would sort of play this one, and I would play the one on Saturday just gone. But yeah, like you said, we've got Worthing on Saturday. Nice, easy one to have at home. They're a fantastic side. It's as simple as that. But I always like being the underdog. We'll obviously welcome them to our place as league leaders, like you said. I think Dorking might have gone top, I'm not sure. I think it was a last-minute goal in both games. But yeah, really good side. Really, really difficult to set up against. We're going to have to be very good tactically to try and get something. But listen, bring it on. We've got, 14 games left, is it now? Every single game means something to me, and it should mean something to the players as well. So hopefully we'll see a reaction on Saturday. I don't want to be too disheartened because we could have easily lost against Maidstone at home on Saturday and come here and lost again tonight, but we haven't. So we've obviously won one, lost one, which is better than drawing two. So we'll take the positives in that.
Thanks for your thoughts on tonight's game, Scott, and we'll see you on Saturday for the Rebels versus the Rebels.
Cheers, Con. Thank you.